Our group's topic is sexism, and our case study is the Brock Turner case. Brock Turner was a Stanford student athlete who committed sexual assault on an unconscious woman. This event of sexual assault was an injustice to many women and faced controversial takes in the media. On the night of the sexual assault, Brock Turner and Chanel Miller were drunk at a fraternity party. Turner was near a dumpster where he raped an unconscious Miller. Two male students biking by saw Turner on top of the girl and immediately pinned him down until the police came.
During interrogation, Turner showed no remorse. He stated that she agreed to go back to her dorm with him and that they tripped and landed on the ground beside a dumpster. Then he said that he asked Chanel for consent and she gave him a positive response. However, Chanel was unconscious and unresponsive at this point, and she was unable to say no. An absent no is not consent. After the party, she found herself in the hospital. She thought she had fallen because there was dried blood and scratches all over her. But she also realized that she had no underwear on. She later realized something serious had happened when Miller was asked to sign a rape victim form and had multiple swabs inserted into her private part. She left the hospital and later on found out what had happened to her through a news article. Chanel was at a disadvantage because she could not recall any of the events during the assault. This allowed Brock to tell the narrative however he wanted to.
The situation destroyed Chanel in every way possible, and she explains how Brock's attorney portrayed her. This quote is from Chanel's official court statement. My family had to listen to your attorney say, yes, her nurse confirmed to redness and abrasions inside her, but that's what happens when you finger someone, and he's already admitted to that. To listen to him attempt to paint a picture of me, the seductive party animal, as if somehow that would make it so that this was coming from me. To listen to him say I sounded drunk on the phone because I'm silly and that's my goofy way of speaking.
Judge Aaron Persky waived the 14-year prison sentence, fearing it would, quote, have had a severe impact on him, quote, being an accomplished college athlete. Instead, he sentenced Turner to 6 months in jail. Turner ended up only serving 3 months before getting released. We find out later that the judge had a history of being lenient towards white privileged men in sexual assault against women. The media was split. Many sent hate mail to Turner upon release and sent death threats to Persky following the court decision, causing him to resign from other criminal cases. The other side, however, portrayed Chanel as vulnerable and unable to protect herself, insinuating that it was her fault she was raped. This event led to the California State Assembly to pass a bill which signed into law that states offenders of sexual assault would serve a minimum of 3 years in prison. Upon Turner's arrival home, he will now register as a sex offender every 90 days until he dies.
This case is important because the more educated we are on events like this, the more likely that they will stop happening. In this case, the media was very involved in the process of sentencing Turner. People also tried to silence Chanel, and the media described her as no more than an unconscious, intoxicated woman. The double standards of the society, also an example of social system, are involved in this case. Specifically, female college students are expected to know what will happen to them when they go out to college parties, while they dismiss male college students for their actions because it's a part of the culture. The judicial system, or more specifically, the jury and the judge, were an example of institutional oppression. Persky played a huge role on the persecution of Turner because he was more lenient toward Turner due to the fact that he was a star athlete who has the potential to achieve many things. This is also ideological oppression because the media tries to portray the woman as the perpetrator, and they also blamed her for not being able to protect herself.